What's up, everybody? I hope you are doing great. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming. I am so appreciative. Today I want to talk to you about crepe myrtles. I want to talk about the reason that we prune crepe myrtles, the why behind the proper pruning techniques. And I want to look at some examples of the differences between properly pruned crepe myrtles and improperly pruned crepe myrtles. It's important that I understand the why behind the action that I take in pruning. What is my goal? What do I want the crepe myrtle to look like when I'm done? And so without a visual of what it is that we're shooting for, I think it's really hard, and I imagine maybe it is for you too. So I want to show you the examples that I have found, and then we're going to go into pruning down the line, probably in another video. Here is our first example. I am actually at a parking lot of Home Depot, and I just happened to see this. As you can see, this is a crepe myrtle. It is multi-trunked, and it looks like it has never been pruned. It almost looks like it was planted and just left without pruning, which is fine. You know, it's in a big open space, and so, you know, they're okay to just leave it. However, when the tree was planted, do you see how many trunks they have? I think there's like 2, 4, 6, and then these suckers that are coming up. Suckers are like this, little volunteers. All right, so when you plant a crepe myrtle, you don't want to have so many trunks. The rule of thumb is 3 to 5 trunks. The reason being, you see how the branches and the trunks have grown up and now they rub together. You don't want branches or trunks that rub together because that allows the disease to get in the wound. Here is a perfect example of where a tree branch has rubbed against another tree branch and it has created a wound. And that allows for any sort of insect or disease problem to get in and cause problems for the trees. This one is not in bad shape. It's just the interior canopy. The canopy is the top of the tree. There's too many branches. A bird couldn't fly through that if it tried. You would want to open it up. If this were at your house, you would want to go in and thin out some of this, but you know, it's not bad. It doesn't look bad. I wouldn't notice it if I wasn't trying to find examples. So otherwise, I mean, I think it looks fine. It's just, it's too tight, too thick. The trunks there's too many. But for the purpose that it is planted for, it's doing fine. So this is just our first example. Here we have example number 2. This is a crepe myrtle in the middle of a grocery store parking lot. And this has had what you call crepe myrtle done to the top of it. How can you tell that? Well, the knuckle-looking balls at the end of every branch, you can see, all have tiny little whips or branches coming out of them. So everywhere that is cut, 3 or 4 or 5 branches come out of it. These branches are thinner. They tend to clump together. They rub. It's harder to thin out. You know, in the summertime, it's not as noticeable, but in the winter, you really notice the trees that have been cut back improperly or pruned improperly like this. I want to show you my idea of what a properly pruned crepe myrtle looks like. So as you can see, we have a multi-trunk tree. It looks like it used to be a 3-trunk tree and one of them is no longer. So you have 2 trunks and you can see how the branches go up, and at the very top, they have made selective prunes, which means they took a branch and they pruned it. They didn't go back quite as far as I would recommend. This is pretty good. So I want to give them an A+.
It is my sincere hope that with seeing a few examples and what our goals are, that it makes it a little bit easier for you to see how it is we are going to work toward our pruning in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed these examples, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Take care, everybody.